Some guy went on to win the league with Nottingham Forest using this diamond formation on Football Manager 2023. I think his name is Ryan Cassidy, so I went on to recreate his tactic, the Cassidy Diamond 442, and then I'm going to test it out with a few teams because I don't think it's tactically possible to win the league in your first season with Nottingham Forest using a diamond tactic just like this. But I'm going to show you guys the tactic in detail. There aren't a lot of player instructions attached to it, but these are the teams that I'm going to be testing out the tactic with. I will be testing this tactic with Wolverhampton Wanderers, Leicester City, Newcastle, AS Monaco in the French League 1, Toulouse as well, Sampdoria and AS Roma. The tactic is littered with dynamic rules. That's what I've noticed. There are two wing backs or complete wing backs on attack duty. There's one central defender, which is probably one of the holding roles in this tactic. The ball playing defender is on stopper duty, and then you have a super keeper on defend. In your defensive midfield is a deep line playmaker on support duty, and then you have a box-to-box midfielder and a central midfielder also on support duty. None of these players have internal player instructions, so I kind of like that as well. But I think for a tactic, it's quite very offensive. There's a shadow striker on attack duty as well, and then you have a complete forward on support duty and an advanced forward on attack. For the team instructions, the team's mentality, general mentality is attacking for this tactic, and then in possession the team has been asked to run at defense and then walk the ball into the box. The only other instruction for the team in possession instruction is to play with a very high tempo. When they're in transition, on the other hand, the team has been asked to counter press and to counter while distributing the ball quickly, as the goalkeeper's instructions to distribute it quickly to the fullbacks or to the central defenders while rolling the ball out. When it's out of possession, the goalkeeper or the team has been asked to play with a high press and with a higher defensive line, get stuck in, prevent short goalkeeper distribution with a much more often trigger press while trapping the opposition outside. So there are no set pieces attached, so if you do have set pieces or set piece routines that you trust, you can go on to attach those set pieces. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, remember to hit the subscribe button so you can get notified when new Football Manager tactic videos do come out here on the channel on DarkHorse FM. So we're going to go to the end of the season and see how well all the teams that we selected go on to do with this tactic, and see just how good the tactic is, if it's possible to actually replicate the unbelievable feat of winning the league with Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. Even though I didn't actually go on to select Nottingham Forest, I'm supposed to expect good results, but looking at the tactic, I'm not expecting anything too fancy. So we're back at the end of the season with Leicester City. I think two of the other managers got sacked. Okay, Wolverhampton Wanderers and AS Roma parted company with their manager. We're going to look at all the other results from all the other teams that somehow went on to keep faith with their manager. Newcastle United went on to finish 5th in the Premier League, losing only 8 times, winning 18 of those games and drawing 12. So that's a lot of draws in there. Looking at the team stats, they were the second highest teams with the highest amount of goals. So Manchester City had 103, but Newcastle scored 73 goals and Liverpool had less than Newcastle. So to some extent, Newcastle went on to score quite a number of goals, which is strange really, even though they finished in 5th place. Looking at the most points per game, Newcastle were in 5th, so something heavy but not too heavy. The tactic went on to give them some good results. They went on to qualify for Europe, which I think the real Newcastle, or currently in the Premier League, Newcastle might end up qualifying for Europe, looking at how well they're going in the league. Most shots, not a lot, 4th place, quite good. Most dribbles, they're actually the number 1 team in this category, 877 dribbles in the game. Fewest conceded, Newcastle are in 4th place as Liverpool went on to concede 17. Wow, Newcastle went on to concede 45 goals. So it's not very defensive, and I can see that through the mentality as well. The mentality is set to attacking. So they're going to be quite adventurous. They're not going to really be considerate defensively. That's kind of something I've looked at in this tactic as well. We've covered Newcastle and Leicester City. Let's look at some of the other teams as well. Monaco in the French League, see how well they did. Looking at the competition with Monaco, they finished 2nd. I think they were predicted to finish in 4th place when they went on to finish in 2nd place, losing 6 times with 77 points as 8 draws, and they won 23 games. PSG went on to completely dominate the league, but Monaco were in there in 2nd place, and Toulouse as well, that are somewhat mid-table in the French league, went on to have, or they were like the team with the 4th highest amount of goals. Monaco were 2nd with 83 goals, most points per game. Monaco also in 2nd place. Toulouse were down there in 6th. Most possession, Monaco are down in 4th, so it's not really a possession-based tactic. But the fewest conceded, so again, we can see it here, 43. So the tactic goes on to concede a lot of goals if you're not very careful defensively. In fact, it's not even careful defensively. The mentality is set to attacking, and then with so many adventurous rules as well, you can see that the tactic has the potential to concede a lot of goals. Now, the last team is the Italian team in Sampdoria. Let's see how well they went on to do the tactic. And they finished in 12th place, and Roma are not even close. They went on to finish in 8th. So in Italy, it didn't go so well for Sampdoria, unfortunately. they lost 18 times, and being the fact that it's using an attacking mentality and they're not quite defensive, so they're going to be quite open, it's going to be quite porous, it's going to be deadly. So they did go on to concede a lot of goals. And then looking at the most goals, they're not even in any of this category as well. So it means that the tactic did not go well for Sampdoria in the Serie A. So I'm going to attach a link in the description so you can download this Cassidy's 442 system for yourself and test it out, and also go on to tweak it to see if you can make it slightly more defensively considerate, to make it slightly more defensive, so you can somehow manage to concede less goals with the tactics. So I'm going to attach a link in the description so you can download the tactic for yourself, and also remember to subscribe to the channel so you can get notified when new Football Manager tactics go on to come out here on the channel. I go on to test out tactics often in Football Manager 2023, and when I find interesting tactics and go on to recreate tactics, I'm going to share them with you so you can stay up to date with all those tactic updates. If you subscribe to the channel, remember to turn on the notifications bell so you can get notified when those videos do come out. I'll catch you guys much later in a future video. Thanks for watching.